Hey everybody, it's Eric here with Spartan Auto Works and GM Flash. Today I wanted to make a quick video talking about Chrysler stuff. I don't really deal with Chrysler stuff much, but today, 4th of July of all days, I get a call from a shop this morning, about an hour away, that I deal with quite regularly, that's had a customer car for like 2 weeks. They bought a computer, put it in, rewrote the VIN with the scan tool. Car would start and die, so they thought it was a bad computer. They get another bad computer, or another computer. It came yesterday. They put it in, same situation. Well, the lady really needed her car, so they called me today asking me if I knew what was going on with it. The first thing I asked, I said, is it a security computer or non-security computer? They didn't know. The car that was going into was non-security, but it came from, the computer obviously came from a security car because they rewrote the VIN and set the SRI, and the car still wouldn't run. It would just start and die. So there's a couple things you need to know about when you're buying a Chrysler computer. I'm going to leave a link in the description to a vendor that I recommend for buying used Chrysler computers. They do set the VIN, the SRI when you buy it. But when you're ordering a computer from a salvage or what have you, you need to find out if it came from a security car or non-security car. So a black key is going to be a non-security car. A gray key is going to be a security car. Now, obviously, they do have to be reprogrammed. With Chryslers, you can get away with setting the VIN and making them plug and play. The one thing you do have to, I recommend on Ford and Chrysler computers, is going by the part number. So make sure when you're ordering one that you get an exact part number, which if you're looking at this 3 plug right here, it's the P56041-801AD. I don't believe the AD numbers are particularly important, but I'm not a Chrysler guru, so just if you get a match for match, you should be fine. So then the next thing is the security. So the car I worked on today, got it up and running. I had to have the Skim reset. Every Chrysler computer has Skim, I guess, built into it. It's whether or not it gets activated or not. And I could be a little off and wrong on that, but that's my understanding. I don't do a lot of Chrysler stuff, so I don't claim to be an expert. So what I had to do today is go down to the shop, remove the computer. I had to hook up on the bench, get the pin out, hook up on the bench, clear the Skim out of the computer, then reprogram the computer with a VIN, which I also did on the bench, and then went back and plugged it in the car, and the car fired right up, and there was no issues. Now, I know you can do that on the 3-plug computer and the 2-plug computer. The one I worked on today was a 2-plug. It's some kind of car, I think an Avenger maybe or something like that. I'm not even sure. It was just 4th of July. I wanted to get in and get out. So I know you can program or clear the Skim on 2 and 3-plug computers. I'm not 100% positive about, I believe this is called the NGC computer, but don't quote me on that either because I'm, like I said, not a Chrysler guy. But I don't believe you can clear the security on these computers, the 4-plug computers. I'm going to find out. I'm going to do a test this week, see if I can find a matching part number for a friend's vehicle and actually clear it on the bench and try. So one of the other things that I want to address in making this video is I've read a lot of stuff on the internet where people have tried to clear the Skim with the Skim tool, and or PCM programming people have tried to clear the Skim with the Skim tool and it hasn't worked. I have run into that issue before, but I've never had one not clear if you do the PCM on the bench. If it's on the bench, not plugged to anything else, it will always clear. I believe one of the things that makes the tool not work is when you have the Skim still connected. I believe you have to unplug the Skim if you're doing it in the vehicle, but don't quote me. Every time I've not had one work, I've done it on the bench and just done it that way. Actually, I just do them all on the bench when I program a Chrysler computer. Unless it's a brand new computer, then I do it in the vehicle. Don't ask me why. I'm OCD and I have a certain way I do things. So if you happen to buy a Chrysler computer, make sure you find out what it has. Gray key is security, black key or steel key is non-security. Like you can put security for security or non-security will fit for both. So as soon as you take a non-security computer and you put it in a security car, it will automatically activate the security from my understanding. So any good shop that does programming should be able to clear the skim. If you have a computer that has security, most little independent shops will not be able to do it. But if you're using something like an Altel will rewrite a Chrysler VIN. It won't do like an actual software update, but as long as the software that's on it is the same for the vehicle it's going into, which is one of the reasons I recommend part number for part number, you can just do an SRI and a VIN rewrite. If you know if it's security for security or non-security going to security, or if it's a security that's had the skim cleared out of the computer. One of the other things that I want to address in this video, maybe tomorrow or Friday, I'm going to go and do a Jeep. It's a 2000 Jeep, I believe, and it has a bad skim module. So what I'm going to do is disconnect the skim module because it's a 3-plug computer. It should be a 3-plug computer. I'm going to disconnect the skim module because the person does not care about the skim module or the security on the vehicle. So I'm going to disconnect the skim module, take the computer, clear it, rewrite the VIN, and then hopefully the 2000 Jeep will no longer have security anymore and just fire right up without the use of the skim module. Now I'm pretty sure it's going to trigger the light on the dash because I'm pretty sure since it's wired for it, it's going to be looking for it. So I'm pretty sure the light in the dash is going to pop up. Not 100% positive, never had to really deal with that, but we're going to find out tomorrow or Friday whether or not that's going to work or if the light stays on. I'm going to assume the light's going to stay on. But if you are programming or looking to replace your Chrysler computer, I know 3 and 2 plugs are 100% skim resettable. 4 plugs, I'm going to hopefully test that this week or later this week or next week, and then I'll put an update whether or not that worked or not. But as far as I know, the CAN computers, or what they call, I guess, NGC controllers, are not reprogrammable versus for the skim reset, but we'll find out for sure. So that's just a little tidbit. If you guys are Chrysler guys are out there, there's not a lot of information on the Chrysler stuff out there. And for some reason, the last month has just been busy with Chrysler programming, and I've done a couple Jeeps with skim modules that have gone bad. I don't know if it's a heat-related issue or not, but one was a 2014. I can't remember what the other one is. Had to put a new skim module, and at the same time, I always replace the key with it. It's got one of those smart triangle-looking keys with a remote built in. I just replace them all together just to, not have a customer come back. But those are that's a little bit different to program a skim module itself with a key, and you have to know the pin for the vehicle. The PCM replacement's fairly easy as long as you know what you're getting and have a scan tool that will reset the VIN and the SRI. Part number, security, you need to know if it's got a black key or a gray key. Security, non-security, just so you know what you're getting into. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I will try and follow them and get back to you and give you the little knowledge that I have. And I'm also going to put a link in the description to a vendor that I recommend for used program Chrysler controllers. Hope this helps. Like I said, there wasn't a lot of information on the internet about it, so I figured I'd put something out there so at least somebody had an idea. So if you got a computer that you replaced and the car starts and dies, this is why. It's because it's got security enabled when it doesn't have security. So feel free to comment below. I'll try to answer the questions as best I can. Like I said, I'm not a Chrysler expert. I know enough to be dangerous, but hopefully this answers some questions for you. Thanks. Have a great day. Enjoy the 4th.